Previously on Test the Fool. Government bad.
Max was arrested and sentenced to death by firing squad. I sought refuge with a certain musical group known as the Wiggles.
After 3 of the Wiggles left, the band just wasn't the same anymore. I decided to go where no one would dare to come look for me. Brazil. Trust me, I didn't want to go. But sometimes, you gotta go where nobody knows your name. It was in this shithole bar that I met Wubbzy. Now, Wubbzy was a pretty unassuming guy, but he wanted it that way. He didn't want to draw much attention to himself. He says to me, "Hey, you look down on your luck. You want something that'll change your life?" And I said, "What have I got to lose?" He gives me this joint, lights it for me and everything. I take a big drag and and all of a sudden, I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. I was on top of the world. I felt like I could do anything. So I said, I want in. The next thing I knew, I was being introduced to the crew. There was Daisy. She was in charge of growing and cultivating the product. She had a real green thumb in more ways than one. Then there was Widget, our resident inventor. She could do everything from car mods to building guns in case things went south. And finally, there was Walden, the scientist. He would genetically modify the plants to make the perfect strains. With me added to the team, we were unstoppable. Until the day everything went wrong. We met up with this one guy in an alleyway to make an alliance, and he hit us with a, "That's kooky." He snapped his fingers, and all his guys come up behind him, pointing guns at us. I ducked for cover behind a dumpster, and Widget handed me a gun. I pull the trigger, the gun jams. She says, "That wasn't supposed to happen," before I saw a bullet go through her ears. With Widget injured and our guns jammed, we had no choice but to surrender. But I had one last trick up my sleeve, a grenade. Widget had made it, so there was no guarantee it would work. Either way, it'd scare everyone off. I looked at Wubbzy, he nodded, I threw it, and we bolted out of there. What we didn't know is that the grenade would work. A little too well. I held Wubbzy as he died. I still remember his last words. Wow. Wow. I brought Widget back to the base, and I made a cowardly decision. I ran away. Troubles got a way of finding me, fucking me over, and leaving me the next morning without staying for breakfast. I knew I had to leave the realm to truly get away. I went to Japan to get some traveler's tea. It can open portals to other realms, you see. I went into the most ancient tea shop, bought a pot, walked out the door, poured some on the floor, and jumped into the portal. I had no idea where it would lead me, but anywhere else seemed more appealing. I fell from about 10 feet in the air and landed on the ground below. The first thing I heard was,